This is Dumbline, the podcast of dumb crimes and even dumber criminals.
Dumbline. It's time for another episode. It's time for another episode. Oh, baby,
Oh my God, I finally got
Dumbline. It's time for another episode. It's time for another episode. Shout out to Bismarcky.
Yes.
That was good.
Welcome to Dumbline. Thanks for tuning in and push and play or whatever you're doing. My name is Greg. I'm joined by my golfing buddy, Jason.
Hey, everybody.
And our director of entertainment, Maria.
Hi, dummies.
Hey, I wanted to share a tip that I didn't know everyone did know. Do you guys know how to eat a banana properly?
I mean, I feel like
From the bottom.
From the bottom. The top is very difficult to peel sometimes. And it's actually a handle.
Oh,
the
so
stem.
Yes.
I learned this from watching a gorilla at the Berlin Zoo.
I was going to say like monkeys eat it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this cat doing?
Saw it on TikTok a couple
It's
months
so
ago.
easy.
It's way better.
And I mentioned this. I was eating a banana at work, and someone was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "You eat a banana upside down?" I was like,
So they showed you they told you about the handle trick?
"No, I learned this years ago at a Berlin Zoo."
Oh, okay. Oh, and they saw
And I was
you
eating
doing
it like that, and they were like, "What the heck are you doing with your banana?" I was like, "They like you eat it upside down?" I was like, "No, this is the proper way. It's very easy. You pinch the bottom stem little piece,
and it comes right down. It actually it like folds over a little
the
bit
stem's
better.
like a handle.
Yeah.
It's great." All right, Maria, you got a headline for us?
I do.
Extra, read all about it. Extra, read all about it.
This week's headline is from local10.com, March 6th, 2024, Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Florida man, watch out.
Strap in. Miami man says airport bomb threat was an attempt to flirt, deputies say.
Oh,
It's a love
acting
bomb.
like a bad boy.
A love
It's a love bomb.
Good one. Alan Berinsky said he was using his best line, quote, "I have a bomb in my bag," to pick up a fellow passenger. Instead of getting her number, he picked up a second-degree felony for making a false bomb report.
I've got a bomb in my bag, baby.
I mean,
the
has
line.
that
How
worked?
is that a pickup line?
I
not at
don't.
all.
I mean, it's Florida, man. It's like,
It's not a pickup
It's
line at
not.
all.
Like, has he used it before and gotten a chuckle?
I don't know. He's 70. He's got a different set of dating rules than everybody else.
Well, maybe
probably.
back when he was young.
A bomb in my
Probably
bag
could say
worked.
bomb. Yeah.
Probably could say bomb.
A bomb in my pocket. Baby
that's
is
what
ready
he-
to explode.
That's what he should have said. Bomb in my pocket.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Not in my bag.
Is that a bomb in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Yeah, right. Bomb in my bag.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
All right, Alan.
70. That's what he was 70.
I'm trying to throw you off with the
mic.
Miami man
Yeah.
instead of Florida man. Yeah. You ever been to Fort Lauderdale?
No,
Yes.
I haven't been.
I mean, I that's my reaction toward most of Florida. Sorry, Florida, but I just
You got
don't.
the Permane Brothers sandwiches down there.
Oh, I didn't know about those.
I've been to
A lot of rich people.
Florida twice. It was Disney World, and the last time it was like my senior year of high school. And that
Disney
was
World was the fucking
a
worst.
very long time ago. Sorry,
There's
Florida.
a local. I just watched. There's a local comedian, Chip Chantry, who he's from Philly. He's got a YouTube special out, and he was like, he's got all these friends who go to Florida with their kids, and they all get take the same picture with their ears in front of the castle. He's like, if you want to irritate them, just comment on the picture. Hey, great picture. Where are you guys? He's like, they get fear. He's like, we're at Disney World. What are you talking about? You an idiot. We're at Disney World. It's like triggers them.
Are you at the Taj Mahal?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great.
Hi, Maria. You got a little tale that's going to take us away like Calgon?
Yep. Calgon. That's
Oh,
a
man.
deep cut.
Calgon, take me away.
And this show will be brought to you by Mutual of Omaha.
Yeah. It was always that scene in the bathtub.
Yeah. Her kids be driving her crazy.
Yeah.
Like the
Calgon.
husband is like, where's dinner?
Yeah, she's got a black eye. It's like back in the 60s when you could do that. Calgon, take me away.
All right. This is what happens when a yoga dum-dum goes from Namaste to Namastupid.
Oh.
Pretty proud of that one.
That was good. That was good.
The main sources for the story are a book by Dan Morris and a Kindle single by Peter Ross Range. They were both published in 2013, and I'll give the titles at the end for obvious reasons when you hear it.
Can I ask what a Kindle single is?
Kindle single is like a long form feature magazine story. So not quite long enough for a book, but a pretty long read for an article.
And are they curated, or can anyone self-publish them?
I think you can self-publish them.
Interesting.
I don't know if they're branded as a Kindle single if you do, but
Okay.
I've never heard of that.
other sources include numerous articles from the Washington Post. I also heard about this case years ago on episode 31 of My Favorite Murder, which is a podcast for anybody who doesn't know. And just a quick note, we've started adding show notes for each episode so you can check all the source.
We have
material.
not. You have.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is not a we involved in this at all.
I have not added one show note.
Yeah, I haven't added one show letter. Not a symbol, not a letter.
So it's the morning of March 12th, 2011 in Bethesda, Maryland, about 9 miles northwest of D.C. in a bougie and busy shopping district called Bethesda Row.
Is that the home of the FBI or something? Bethesda, Maryland?
Bethesda, I think so.
I think X-Files was always in Bethesda, Maryland.
I don't know if
Bethesda
the
sounds-
FBI is in Bethesda. It wouldn't be unreasonable for it to be there.
It sounds familiar, though.
There are a lot of D.C. offices in Bethesda. Rachel Ortley is the manager of the district's Lululemon, a higher-end culty yoga retailer.
Oh, boy.
They do make a nice pair of pants.
They make nice everything. I had a yoga backpack that was great from them. I don't know if they're environmentally sound, but their products are very nice.
They are very nice.
They're nice. They're pricey.
Yeah,
Oh, you think? $125 for a pair of leggings?
Yeah, they're nice, though.
Yeah.
So mottos like, quote, may each of us equally enjoy happiness and the root of happiness are emblazoned on the store walls. And phrases like sweat once a day decorate its clothing.
I don't prescribe to any of that.
Wait,
They just
sweat
have-
once a day, decorate his clothing.
The phrase
on the
sweat once a
clothing.
day is on the clothing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought on the wall was the word sweat once a day.
It could be in
decorate
another-
the
oh.
clothing. I was like, what the hell does that mean?
That's the dumbest line I've ever
Yeah,
heard.
I was like, what is that? I don't get it.
Lululemon's retail sales force is referred to as educators rather than employees. And Lululemon devotees are called Lulu heads.
Not lemon heads?
Lulu, yeah, I know.
that'd be a
I mean,
problem.
what a missed opportunity.
Cease and desist order right away.
Oh, true.
Lemon.
Additionally, employees are expected to wear Lululemon when they work out and talk up the brand regularly with their friends and family.
Do they get them free?
How is that even monitored?
They do it anyway. It's a cult.
They give them
It's a
20%
little. It's
off
culty.
these pants. You still got to spend $100 on pants?
Yeah,
Get the hell out of here.
Pants.
yeah.
For work. You better get
Yeah.
my dad was a fireman. You get a clothing allowance once a year. You have to buy
Oh, yeah,
new clothes.
you should be.
Well,
able
they,
if
I
you
mean,
gotta
they
wear a
get a discount.
uniform.
They get a discount.
But what's 20% off? 20, you know.
I know.
pair-
It's $100
and-
bucks still.
Yeah, and you're making minimum wage. Like,
Dude, my dad's clothing allowance check was like a bonus. He would wear the same pants and shirts for like years. They would have to be falling apart threads. He'd be like, I'm getting my clothing allowance back.
this helmet will no longer.
No, it's not
protect you
helmets. It's
from
just
fire.
pants. It was uniforms, pants,
Yeah.
shirts, socks, and shoes. No.
Rachel shows up to open the store that morning at about 8 a.m. Next door at Apple, a customer waiting for the store to open notices her exit the store quickly and call 911.
That's like the quintessential
I was like-
suburban
bougie at
strip
AF.
mall place.
Do you know-
Lululemon right next to the
Apple
Apple
Yeah.
store.
How do you know how many times I would be robbed in Philadelphia if they were right next door to each other? Just
Yeah,
one car,
one-stop
two
shop.
teams of people swarm.
Boom.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
man, they would get crushed. You need them.
I mean,
on
we can't even
separate
keep a
blocks.
hold on our dimes.
like-
Like,
You need
for,
No oversized trucks or vehicles allowed on this block.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Chestnuts just shut down. Like you'd only walk on it now.
Do you remember we used to have a Diesel store, Diesel Jeans, and there
Yeah.
was like it would get robbed every week. And the last video before they closed was like a car backed through the front windows. opened
you
the,
serious?
Yeah,
I
the
don't
trunk
remember
popped,
that.
and they just threw all these jeans into the trunk, and it tore it off.
It was that was great.
I'm surprised Lululemon doesn't get raided often.
They
There's
just
one on
did.
Hill.
They
Oh,
just
did?
busted a ring in Philadelphia. They were doing the Burbs in Philly. So there was three women.
Victoria's Secret was real huge too.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my god.
these smash and grabs are hard to stop.
Yeah,
Like
they
when you
are.
just have like 30 people come in.
But at this point, there's cameras on every corner.
Everything,
They got your license
everything.
plate. They know what you look
yeah,
like.
You're screwed. You're going to get caught.
Yeah.
So the Apple customer offers to go into the store with Rachel. He sees bloody footprints, and as he heads to the back of the store, he encounters the body of a dead woman as he tries to open a door.
And that's in the Apple store?
In the Lululemon
In the
store.
Lululemon store. All right.
He sees another woman lying on a bathroom floor. Her arms are zip-tied and extended above her head, but she's still alive.
So there's two?
2 women.
Are they extended onto something, or she just have them raised?
They're just tied over her head.
Okay.
She's laying on the floor, and her arms are lying on the floor, and her arms are tied over her head. She's bleeding from numerous cuts on her chest, arms, and forehead, and the crotch of her pants is ripped open. Rachel knows the 2 women. They're the Lululemon educators who were working the evening shift on March 11th.
Oh my God, are they
Shit,
overnight?
overnight.
No, evening. They closed the night before.
Yeah.
Oh, so they were
there
in,
overnight.
yes, they were in the store
Yeah, they were in the
overnight.
store
Sorry,
overnight.
I misunderstood. The woman who has died is 30-year-old Jana Murray, who's a graduate student who used Lululemon for a case study. The survivor is Brittany Norwood, a 28-year-old former soccer player and an aspiring personal trainer who has only been working in the Bethesda location for 6 weeks. Brittany is taken to the hospital, and detectives from Bethesda begin assessing the crime scene. Jana is face down in a pool of blood, and blood is spattered on the walls and shelf near her body. She has a significant wound on the back of her head, and rope is strewn on the floor beneath her. The bloody footprints extend from the front of the store to the back of the store.
Man, this sounds crazy. This sounds
Nuts.
like a crazy scene to walk into.
Yeah.
Wait, the bloody footprints went from the front to the back?
They're all over the store, so they're everywhere, in the back area and the front area.
So the person that did this was just walking around the store
Yeah.
with tracking this everywhere. That doesn't.
Do they take it? They don't take your footprints if they book you and you get arrested, do they?
I would think if you're a suspect, yes, they do.
Like, I mean,
But
normal people, when they get arrested, they don't take footprints.
not as,
Not of like your shoes, right?
or
It's
of
not
your
a
feet.
footprint database.
Well, this
right?
is like shoe prints
Oh,
rather
shoe
than, I'm
prints.
sorry, rather
I
than
thought
footprints.
shoe prints.
I thought someone was walking around
Shoe
barefoot.
Print. No,
Okay.
it's a
Shoe-
shoe
like
print. But I don't
shoe
think
prints.
they do take footprints
Yeah.
unless they have a reason to. Some things are
You
strewn
should
around.
take that.
I know. Why wouldn't you?
Who's murdering barefoot?
Yeah, that's
not
what
a
I
lot
was
of
just
people.
going to say.
Well, it's,
Yeah.
but I mean, even if you like the sneakers, he's got this guy wears a lot of Nikes. There's Nikes there. Every time he's committed a crime, he's been in a Nike shoe.
Yeah, but how would a shoe print
That's
help?
how
about a
Richard
footprint help
Ramirez
you?
got caught.
Wait, with the shoe? Oh yeah, that's right. That is how he got
He was
caught.
the only one in LA who bought the specific rare.
like Converse,
Yep.
Chuck Taylors or something.
No, I think it was Nike, but
Was it?
Yeah.
What were the O.J. Simpson ones?
Oh, the
Oh, they were like
Ferragamis?
they were a European brand.
No, not the bot. The
We don't know.
I know
Cannolis.
what
They
it
were
is.
the cannolis.
I thought they were Ferragamis.
Bruno.
I think they were
Magli's.
Ferragamos. That
What?
was
The
the
Bruno Magli's.
That's what they
That-
were?
yeah. Bruno Magli's, I believe.
So some things are strewn around the store, but the store isn't complete chaos. The safes near the register are open. Unfortunately for detectives, the store doesn't have surveillance cameras, which was apparently a Lululemon.
All that high price gear, they don't have Lululemon?
They didn't have any surveillance cameras in any stores
Why? That seems.
because it was quote unquote high end.
But it's still so cheap to get cameras
And
nowadays.
hide them.
It's not like some
No.
crazy cost.
You're charging that much for
And your
pants.
Lululemon.
Yeah.
Sell 2 pairs
Seriously.
of pants, you get
Yeah.
at least 2 cameras.
Right. So after Brittany is treated at the hospital, a detective meets with her and conducts the victim's first interview. They're stunned as Brittany recounts a brutal attack. Jana and Brittany closed up the store at about 9:45 p.m. A little while later, Brittany called Jana and asked her to return to the store with the keys because she forgot her wallet. Since Jana also forgot her laptop, like what? These two forget their wallet and their laptop? Space cadets.
I don't know.
Okay, so
Where did she leave her laptop?
she left it at the store. So one of them left a wallet, one of them left a laptop. They agree to meet back at Lululemon so they can both get.
So they have to open up the store again
Right.
and and unalarm it and
Yes.
do all that stuff. That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, seriously. So
What
when
is
they
that? Are they texting each other? Oh, you won't believe this. I left my laptop. Oh, you won't believe this.
I left my wallet.
Let's meet up.
No, I think that's what they do.
No, that let's meet up.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
yeah. When they were about to leave the store again, 2 men jumped them. One hit Jana in the back of her head. The other grabbed Brittany by the hair and began cutting her. He then pushed Brittany onto the bathroom floor and raped her twice, once with a clothes hanger.
Oh,
Jesus.
The men who raped Brittany also demanded that she open the safes. The other intruder repeatedly beat Jana until she stopped screaming. Brittany is able to recall that one man is over 6 feet tall and the other is about 5'5". She also thinks they're Caucasian and in their 20s, though she didn't get a good look at them. Before they fled, one of them zip-tied Brittany in the bathroom, and at that point, she passed out. This is rough. I'm just giving everybody a warning. Jana's body is covered in 331 wounds.
Holy shit. I mean, this can't be just like a random attack. This has to be something. Like nobody has that much range.
That's not, that's overkill. That's overkill.
Jesus Christ.
Most of them are from a blunt object, but she's also cut and stabbed. She has 8 cracks in her skull, including a deep stab wound. Bloodied implements found in the store lead detectives to believe Jana was killed with between 5 and 10 different weapons.
So they're like putting stuff down and picking stuff up.
Yep.
That is...
Including a wrench, 2 box
Horrible.
cutters, a hammer, and a merch peg, which is the metal bar used for clothing displays. 83 of her wounds are defensive. The merch peg is likely to have delivered the blow that killed her, and it was also her final wound, so she lived through this entire attack.
That's crazy.
Detectives also learned that at about 10:10 in the Apple store, employees heard a commotion, grunting, and screaming coming from Lululemon. They heard a voice say, "Talk to me, tell me what's going on." Another voice said, "Stop, oh God, please help me, God." But over the 9 minutes of noises they heard on the other side of the wall, none of them called 911, nor did they ask Apple's security guard to check on what was happening next door. Brittany is also interviewed by the lead detectives on the case. She has new details to share.
Sorry to interrupt. Do they talk to the Apple people? Do they say why they didn't call?
They just thought it was
They
like
just said it was
fooling
no
around
big
next
deal,
door.
or-
Yeah, they just didn't get. They kind of blew it off.
I mean, it's a lot to call. If you call, it's like...
No, I agree.
you gotta
But-
make-
But if I heard,
would
"Oh God, please
assume-
stop."
I would assume maybe you just peek in. 'Cause
Yeah,
you could
you're
see
right.
in the
And if you
window,
have a
right?
security guard with you, you could send the security guard over to see what's
I'd just
happening.
be
You don't even have
curious. I
to.
would just be curious. to
Have you
see what
seen
was
many
going
of
on.
these security guards? You're
Yes.
asking them to do extra work? He's going to be... some security guard might,
You know,
might
I
be
have
saying,
to be
I don't
honest.
get paid to secure that
Yeah.
store.
If I heard that, I would
need to secure
walk
this
over
store.
myself.
I would just be curious.
Even
to
if I
be
didn't-
like, I would just be curious.
like what is going on.
To your point,
Yes, I
you are
understand
100% right.
They're not being paid to
I'm paid to
police.
secure Lululemon, not
Right.
or Apple.
Right.
Or Apple, not Lululemon.
Right. I agree.
According
beat-
to the union, which I love unions, but I only protect electronics. I am not trained in fabrics.
My beat ends at this
Yeah.
sidewalk
Yeah.
crack.
See that line of crack? Yeah.
Yeah. So Brittany is also interviewed by the lead detectives on the case. She has new details to share with them that the killers know where she lives, and before they left, one of them threw her on top of Jana's dead body. Meanwhile, the investigation of the crime scene continues. Jana's Pontiac G5 is found parked 3 blocks from the crime scene. Inside, there's blood on the steering wheel, the door buttons inside the car, and the stick shift.
This is crazy. It sounds like a disaster
Yeah.
everywhere. Like, holy shit.
They also collect a bloody black Lululemon hat. In a subsequent interview, Brittany tells investigators that before she was raped, the men forced her to move Jana's car since it was in a loading zone and might draw attention to the store. And they forced her to wear a hat while doing so.
It's Brittany's story.
Yeah.
Force her to move a car. Like, you're slaughtering people. You're worried about a loading zone car?
Yeah. And you
'Cause
leave
you know
the
when-
car and you go back.
And you go back to the store?
You go back? Like, why would you?
Oh,
Why
hey.
would you just drive away?
Hey, I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
to mention they threw me on top of her.
Yeah.
Oh, and they know where I live.
Yeah, but they told her to move the car. She moved it and then came back in.
Because
Why wouldn't-
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they walked.
They
her out
weren't
to the
with
car.
her. She didn't say there was someone in the car with me.
Yeah, there wasn't somebody
She
in the
said
car
they
with
sent
her.
me out to move the car.
Yeah.
Because I know how. I really know how thorough the parking authority, again, with work ethics in Philadelphia.
yes.
Because they see a loading zone, they're sure to start investigating stores. Hey, is this your car? They're not just going to write a ticket. They're really going to investigate.
They do.
Why is this loading zone? Why has this car been here 27 minutes instead of 20?
They really
there must
do
be something
a
of
good
foul
job
going
of
on.
of investigating.
Yeah, right.
They do.
It's like,
True.
It's been here 21 minutes. Boom, ticket.
Yeah.
But
Later.
That's it.
Yeah, but they're in where they're in this bougie place. Maybe.
Yeah, they're ticket happy
maybe the
there. Are you
cops
kidding
have
me?
Nothing going on there. You know.
They're not.
Maybe it's like the burbs. Where they
Wait,
got
what
nothing.
loading zone is like after business, like 5 o'clock? Most loading zones end at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think
Loading
but
zones till 10 at night or
the
9 at
fact
night.
is, though, that she goes and moves it and comes back, and nobody's with her. Like,
Right.
why wouldn't you just take that car?
Well, maybe
and
they
drive
said we're
to
going
the
to kill your
police?
friend if you don't come back.
I mean,
Maybe.
maybe I would go to. I think I would go to the cops. I'd be like,
Yeah.
all right,
You know
don't
where you're
kill
not
her.
going? The security guard
Yeah.
at Apple.
Apple.
Apparently,
Definitely not.
You're not going there.
Oh yeah, and
Just
they move
waved
the,
at
they
a
move-
dude.
They move the car. She moves the car and knows that there's people in Apple and doesn't say anything to them.
Just a little wave, something.
Yeah, like
Hey, guy.
like hey guys, like help, like a help,
Like
Oh,
a help.
yeah, like a help.
Police discover that the Apple store staff only heard 2 female voices and no male ones. Early on in the crime scene investigation, detectives realized there are only 2 different sets of footprints in the store, not the 4 that would indicate 2 intruders and 2 victims.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Though they have early tips in the case that might point to some other suspects, there are numerous things that give investigators pause. And here comes the dumb. First off, all the murder weapons are present in the store before the invasion. One is a knife used to cut flowers, another is the merch bag. A box of zip ties is in the back room to hold up displays. Brittany tells the detectives the intruders had no weapons with them when they entered the store. So these guys dressed in all black and came in to attack and rob and brought nothing with them and just relied on store
the
supplies.
It's cool. The store will have stuff we can
The yoga
use.
store will have a bunch of
That's
weapons
fine.
in it.
Yeah. We can just. It's like Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. Or like we'll just get a gun power up on there.
Yeah.
Like just right up front.
Yeah.
Another detective finds a bloody pair of size 14 Reeboks in the store, which match the larger set of bloody footprints trailing all over the floor. When Brittany is asked about the shoes, she explains that they have a pair of sneakers for male customers to wear when they're having alterations done.
Size 14s?
Yeah. And though the tops of the sneakers...
Size 14 is probably less than 0.5% of the male population.
Yeah,
and that's the shoes they give. I mean, maybe it's because everybody can.
They
fit
probably
in them.
have
Wait,
they probably
do
have
they-
like 5 sizes, and she picked like
They don't make alterations at Lululemon, do they? I've bought clothes there. I've never been once asked
they
about
do have them.
alterations.
It's very rare according to the book and the Kindle single, but it does happen.
I feel
So
real
there's-
dumb prancing around the store with
So
some size 14s
so
on.
Yeah.
you're in a size 14 in your underwear. You're in your underwear and a pair of size
Yeah.
14 shoes. Porky Pig in it.
So the tops of the sneakers have blood stains on them, but the soles are clean. And of course, the detectives wonder why the perpetrators would change into sneakers and then leave them in the store. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So Bethesda police has a footprint expert, David McGill, who works on the patterns of prints on the store's floor. One pair is a size 7.5. The other is the size 14 Reeboks. He notices that there are squiggly patterns in between many of the prints. They're from the smaller pair's untied laces. So whoever this is walking around in the size 7.5 is not even tying the laces. They're just
Okay.
trailing the laces around.
Okay. So it's just like, and that's making the pattern on the ground.
Yeah.
The laces. Okay.
Through some detailed experimentation, I'm not going to get in here because it took like 5 pages for the guy to explain it. We're not going to do it. David is able to uncover how the prints were made all over the store, but they never leave the store. There are bloody footprints all over Lululemon, but none at the exit or the entrance. And here comes more dumb. Dumb. He figures out that the person wearing the sneakers would wear the smaller set of sneakers, walk around in the blood, then go to the sink in the back of the store, where police also find Formula 49 and a scrub brush, and clean the soles, but never clean the laces. They then walk to the size 14s and put them on to make more larger prints, walk around in the blood, make
This
more.
is amazing. This guy simulating all this.
And then they take off the Reeboks and clean them while wearing the size 7.5.
Is it a guy or is it Brittany?
no, well, the guy that's testing all of this.
Yeah.
The guy
He
that's
did all
putting
this
this-
different
all this
colored
whole-
tape. He it's a crazy process, and I can't even
Good for
really
him.
translate.
Good for him.
There's also a vast difference between Jana's deadly deep wounds and Brittany's entirely superficial ones. At a certain point, even Brittany's brother says to police, quote, "I'm thankful my sister is alive, but I just can't get over the fact that, like, why would they spare her? This girl was killed and my sister only has a few injuries." End
That's
quote.
so weird. It almost comes out like he doesn't, like the way he says it. He's like, oh man,
Yeah.
how could they do that? You know.
Yeah. Some of Brittany's injuries make no sense. Though her clothes were slashed in places, they didn't match up exactly with the cuts underneath her clothes. And here comes more dumb.
Dum dum dum.
She forgot to slash her shirt, so there were wounds on her skin underneath a shirt that hadn't been ripped or cut through.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, this is sloppy. I don't even know where to begin with the sloppy.
I mean, but this is crazy how much rage that this woman, like,
yeah.
what kicked this off? Do we find out?
Yeah, we'll
Like,
find out, and it will
holy
be-
shit, because
it will be sickening. Believe me, it will be sickening.
what an idiot, what an idiot. I mean, thank God all these people are idiots.
When detectives examine Brittany's wounds, they note that they are indicative of self-infliction. They're straight up and down, and most of the time, if you're apparently cut by somebody else, they're sort of slashed and in different directions.
It's
But
Bethesda. Like, they have some high-tech investigators here.
Yeah,
Like,
yes, it's just like
they just have a random
9
shoe
miles
guy.
outside of DC.
yeah, Bethesda PD as a shoe expert.
Yeah.
He's walking around,
on staff.
putting on different
Tape,
shoes.
putting on different shoes, walking around, taping them up. He does a bang up job, that guy.
on staff.
Imagine he's like 5'6" with size like 7, 8 size shoes, and he's got these sport teens on trying to reenact stuff.
It would be very funny to, not funny, but it would be interesting to see how he did this. 5 pages of
A 5-page was the
explanation.
description. I don't know how
shit.
long it took him. Additionally, the pattern of the blood dried on Brittany's face is also straight up and down. That runs counter to her lying on the bathroom floor all night because the blood would have ran to the sides of her face and not straight up and down.
Yes.
So every time Brittany talks to the cops, a new detail emerges. Why does everybody try and keep fixing their story? Stop it.
You just gotta stop.
I just see this dude in court. You see now, if the shoes fit, he's got these giant shoes walking around.
He does a demonstration
Yeah.
with the Formula 49. Oh, wait, is it Formula 409?
Yeah.
I said Formula 49. I mistyped.
Oh man, is it WD-40?
That's a
what you're
different
saying?
thing.
That's like a
Formula
lubricant.
409 is a
Okay.
cleaner,
Yeah,
but I
409
typed
is
449 and I said 49. So
Yeah,
it's 409.
409. Yeah.
So on March 16th, she says that she left the hat in Jana's car. She also says that the intruders forced her to disengage the fire alarm so they could exit through the back door. So clearly she's figuring out that she made a lot of mistakes. She's like the guy with the editorial. Let me just correct everything.
How did her hat get bloody? Like the guy got in the car, started trying the hat on, and messed. Oh, what a nice hat in here.
Well, she had blood on her face. So she probably
when
put
she
the
went to
hat
move
on,
the car, she had blood on her face.
apparently. On March 18th, Brittany, that's only 6 days later, by the way, Brittany finally admits to killing Jana, though she insists it was spontaneous and unplanned. But she's charged with first-degree murder. Her trial begins October 24th, 2011. The jury takes a total of, shortest amount of time I've ever heard of in my life, 21 minutes to find her guilty of first-degree murder.
Holy shit.
21 minutes.
Well, she admitted it, right?
Yes, she confessed.
Oh, okay.
She did.
But first degree, that's premeditation. There's a
First degree is
third,
She
you
said
said,
it was
right?
spontaneous. First.
Oh, first she got
Yeah.
guilty
That's a
of?
pretty big burden.
That's right. She said it was spontaneous. Then the jury clearly did not believe it was spontaneous.
so what caused this whole thing?
Okay, we're getting there. On January 27th, 2012, Brittany Norwood is sentenced to life without parole and is serving her sentence in the Maryland Correctional Institute for Women in Jessup.
Good.
So we have more dumb to come. I know we don't have a sound effect, but
Yeah, no more sound effect.
this is
Dumbed out.
dumb. Brittany has a long history of stealing from friends, roommates, teammates, coworkers, and ultimately Lululemon. She'd lost a job at the Georgetown location for far exceeding a shopping limit set for employees and was suspected of stealing from coworkers at the Bethesda location. The night of the murder, Jana and Brittany checked each other's bags, which is a standard closing procedure for Lululemon employees.
I had to when I worked in retail, when we closed up at night, we had to check. I had to check bags.
Yeah.
All the managers had to check bags on the way out.
Right, and they just check to see if you have a receipt for what you bought.
Yeah.
So that night, Brittany had a pair of pants in her bag that she didn't have a receipt for. Jana told her she was going to have to tell the manager, Rachel, and in fact, she did call Rachel before returning to the store that night. Brittany killed Jana over a pair of shoplifted yoga pants.
That's insane. That's so crazy. Like, and
I mean, the motive is dumb too. It's so fucking dumb.
That's what you're so worried about.
Yeah.
Like, you're worried about.
You're going to jail.
Yes. Yeah.
Life without parole.
I mean, you probably won't even go to jail for shoplifting a pair of pants.
You'd lose your job, period.
Yeah.
That's
it.
Probably all that would happen.
Yeah. It's just crazy that's where your brain goes like, oh shit, I'm not going to take, okay, fine. I'm not going to take accountability. I'm just going to try to get away with this murder.
And the brutality, to me, like the brutality is mind blowing.
Yeah. It just seems very.
Yeah, she must have hated her.
Yeah. But she was only there for 6 weeks. It wasn't even like they worked together for. I'm not saying it would be okay if they worked together for 7 years. But
maybe she just had a lot of pent up rage, and then it just
so raped a woman and then hit her 300 something times.
Yeah.
Well, she said she was raped. She was.
Oh, Brittany said she
was raped.
Yeah, but she. Yeah.
So the two sources I mentioned at the beginning were both published in 2013. The Kindle single is called "Murder in the Yoga Store." Would have given the whole thing away.
Wow.
By Peter Ross Range, and the book is
a very
original,
titillizing,
very forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the book is no better. It's "The Yoga Store Murder" by Dan Morse, published by Berkeley.
God. Come on, fellas. Jeepers.
So, I mean, I
he
think
just writes about store murders and just inserts the blank store murder.
Yeah,
great. I have another book or article. There's been another store murder.
Find and replace. Control F.
Yeah.
Replace store with
a hardware store murder.
Ice cream shop.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, the dumb.
Well,
the dumb is murdering someone
because of
they're
yoga
going to turn you in for stealing yoga pants.
Yeah, and if you're going to steal the yoga pants and you know that people are checking your bag at night, well, just wear a yoga pant. Like, put them somewhere else that's not in your bag.
Yeah.
You know, and then maybe
Sounds
you
like
won't
someone
have to.
has stolen from
Well,
retail locations
Who hasn't?
previously.
I've worked for retail locations. I've totally stolen from all of them.
You have?
Yes.
Oh man,
absolutely.
Where's my wallet?
Yeah, I was
Who am I sitting here with?
No, only companies. I'm not going to steal from individuals.
Of a general manager of a retail location, so that's why I know.
Yeah,
people would walk out with.
I will also say, if I was working for an independent business, I did not do that.
I can't believe, man.
But.
Man, people like you driving me fucking crazy. I'm worried about sneakers going out of the front of the store, worried about sneakers going out of the back of the store. Man. Everybody's trying to rob you. And of course I stole from a retail store. For shame, Maria.
When I was working in the comic book store, which I did not steal from, by the way. No, they were small business. I had ethics. I had ethics. So there was a custom painted crow biker jacket that somebody had ordered, and like a
crow, like the movie, or just a crow?
The Crow movie, and like a fucking idiot. One of the regulars in the stores asked me if he could try it on, and ran out of the store with the jacket on. It was like a $700 jacket.
Never came back.
No, all the little munchkins in the neighborhood who hung out in the comic book store were like, nobody makes Maria cry. And they ran him down, beat him down in a Wendy's, and got the jacket back.
They did get the jacket back?
Heroes, yes. They
beat him down in a Wendy's. Guy got beat up in a Wendy's for the crow jacket he stole. Can't imagine what these guys look like. Their neck beards were probably
long. Well, he was definitely he's methy right now. I'm sure of it.
Very popular in the goth community. The Goth,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Women love the Crow.
Yeah.
Movies.
There's a new movie out, isn't there?
I thought there was something newer.
I think there's something going out. Yeah. Hey, can we say, how about we check some references here, Rachel? I don't know if Rachel hired Brittany.
Oh, yeah.
Just talk to some friends and family. Talk to her last job.
Well, she got fired from a Lululemon in another.
She got moved. She got removed from the Georgetown location and moved to the Bethesda location.
You got to fire those people.
Does she have a history of stealing from friends and family and stuff? Yeah. Apparently, this lady didn't put any references down.
No.
Well, zero references were checked.
You know how hard it is to hire retail? Somebody
This is like 2011 or something.
Yeah.
somebody comes in, you're like, yes. Can you
Yeah.
start now?
Are you 11? Can you just say you're 13?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Can you start? I have a polo right here. You can just put this on. We can start you right now.
True.
I mean, everything though. Like, just it's so.
Oh my God! I killed her. What do I do? Put on these giant shoes and run around the store.
Yeah, and blame it on two large, two white guys.
Yeah.
One tall, one short. It's very weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
And
It's
terrible.
weird.
I mean,
And to
terrible
say-
for Gina,
yeah.
and I mean, awful.
And to say
awful.
that she got raped when she didn't, like that
Yeah.
just is. I mean, that's horrible. Like, you're playing on all sorts
Yeah.
of.
And this is
Yeah.
also a lesson. I mean, I've worked Kmart. They would ask me to do theft prevent. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
This woman died trying to get back $100 pair of pants for a multi-million, maybe $billion-dollar corporation
Exactly.
that doesn't give a shit
Exactly.
about her.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can't put that on the employees.
No.
No, you can't.
It's very true. That's a
No.
good point.
No, I
Maybe
agree.
have some surveillance cameras in your stores, and then you wouldn't have to.
Sure, you don't make this woman confront this person
Right.
at that
That's,
time.
yeah, she's not getting paid enough to do that.
No.
Like,
No.
You're right. That's a really good point.
All right, Jason, we got everyone's favorite episode. Get to know Maria's coming up. Jason, tell people where we live.
we are on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Dumbline Podcast. Come find us. I actually there's a new feature on a Android podcast player that I use called Pocket Cast. It's really good. It's really popular.
Nerd alert.
They just added ratings on that platform. So if you listen to
Okay.
us on Pocket Cast for Android, give us a 5-star. We'd appreciate it.
Pocket Cast.
It's a solid one.
Pocket Cast.
All right.
All right.
Everybody's
We've
favorite.
reached that point. Get to know Maria.
Get to know her.
Maria, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Flying.
Flying? Why?
Because then I could go anywhere I wanted to.
Okay.
Could
Fair
travel
enough.
for free. No TSA. Oh my God. It's a dream come true.
I'd probably be with you. I think flying is mine as well.
Yeah.
I like invisible.
Invisible or fast? Just run around the world.
Invisible, you can go anywhere. Sneak on a plane.
Yeah, this is true. All right, buddy. Thanks for hanging out with us. My name is Greg.
I'm Jason.
I'm Maria.
Take it easy.
See you, everybody.
Bye, dummies.